and welcome to Ramona Interviews. And with me in the chair today, oh, you're gonna have so much fun today. just the adventure of him getting lost coming into the studio. This is the second Darryl we've had on the show. The first Darryl was, of course, Darryl Silver, who was a producer out of LA. This is another fabulous Darryl, Darryl Wooten. Welcome, Darryl.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm from Washington, D.C. Went to Maryland University for 1 year. Joined the Air Force. When I was in Vegas, I hooked up with a casting agent called Extra Casting and landed a little part on a television show called The Nasty Boys. I played the gangbanger, for which I got a lot of trouble about because I had to have a teardrop tattoo, which was kind of like semi-permanent, and I had to put a Band-Aid on it, and then I had tats put on my arms. So you were only allowed to have so many tattoos, and you couldn't have anything on your face. Okay. So I had to get special permission.
What did that go on for?
Little over a year.
Little over a year. So a little over a year, you kind of had to live 3 lives.
Yeah.
The life of the character that you were playing, an extra,
and my Air Force duties.
And then your Air Force duties.
Yeah.
Must have been a challenge.
Yeah, it was fun.
And Rain Man.
Ended up being a blackjack dealer, like 3 tables away from where they were. And here's the funny thing. All the other dealers they had there, except for the main dealer that was at their table, he was an actor. Everybody else were dealers from Caesar's Palace. Okay. So all the guys kept coming up staring at me, and so I asked one of the dealers, I asked one of the girls, I said, why do these guys keep coming up staring at me like this from Caesar's? And they're like, oh, because they probably wondering, because you have a mustache. I'm like, yeah, so? Well, Caesar's has a strict policy where there's no facial hair. You can't have any facial hair. So they were wondering, how does this guy, and they didn't know I was an actor. I'm like, oh man, am I gonna get cut out? Because this is supposed to be like real, and I was the only one that had kept my, nobody, I guess they didn't know. So, yeah, that was my little Caesar story.
Pink Panther, now that shot last year?
That shot in '07. And the scenes that I did was all in the Wang Center. I mean,
it looked like an art museum in Paris when they finished.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't talk about what's in the thing, but
yeah, amazing.
You thought you were in Paris. Yeah. I've been to Paris, and you thought you were in the museum in Paris, and then they had like dignitaries and everybody there, and it was like, it was very nice. He is the master, and it was like a kid every day waking up Christmas morning for me going on set. That's how I felt every day. Yeah. I didn't care what I had to do. I was willing to do it. I was happy to do it. I don't care how long it took for me to do it. And watching him work the way that he is, it's just like, I mean, you're watching an icon at work. I mean, there was one thing he did. He did a slight thing to one of the actors' hands. I won't mention names. He did a slight thing with a turn of a hand. And I just happened to be standing behind the monitor where you could see it. Yeah. And just that instant, you saw the difference that it made in that scene. When you're on his set, he wants a view of everything. And I mentioned to him, I said, you know, if there was a fly, you could put a little camera on the fly, you get the eyes from the camera from the fly view type of thing. He goes, well, you know, I definitely would try that. You know? And it's like you get everything. He wants everything, and you see everything, and when you're behind it and you can see it, you see the method to the madness.